In the chaos of war, heroes emerge in the most unexpected places. This is the story of a nurse whose simple act of duty turned into a life-or-death standoff. Her name was Elsie, a dedicated nurse serving near the front lines. The days were a blur of dressing wounds, comforting the dying, and trying to maintain a semblance of order amidst the constant roar of artillery. One afternoon, the field hospital was quieter than usual. A temporary lull in the fighting gave the staff a much-needed moment to breathe and resupply. Elsie was in the small, cramped storage closet, meticulously counting and arranging rolls of gauze. It was a mundane task, but a vital one. Without these supplies, more lives would be lost. She was so focused on her work, she almost didn't hear it at first. A faint scraping sound from outside. Then a sharp, splintering crack. Her head snapped up. The sounds weren't from the battlefield. They were coming from the main door of the hospital, just a few feet from the closet. Peeking through a crack in the closet door, her heart leaped into her throat. An enemy soldier, his face grimy and desperate, was trying to force his way in. The main door was barricaded, but he was prying at the wooden frame with his bayonet. Panic seized her for a second. Most of the other staff and wounded soldiers were in the back wards, too far away to hear. She was alone. Her eyes darted around the small closet, searching for a weapon, anything. All she saw were medical supplies, bottles of antiseptic, metal trays, and shelves stacked high with gauze and bandages. Her gaze fell back on the door. The soldier was making progress, the wood groaning under the pressure. Then an idea, born of desperation and courage, flashed in her mind. It was insane, but it was all she had. Taking a deep breath, she flung open the closet door. The soldier, startled, spun around, raising his rifle. But before he could react, Elsie did something he could never have anticipated. She didn't scream or run. Instead, she grabbed a roll of gauze. With the speed and precision of a seasoned nurse, she looked him straight in the eye and said firmly, "You're hurt." He froze, utterly confused. She pointed at a gash on his arm he hadn't even noticed, bleeding sluggishly. "Sit down," she commanded, her voice leaving no room for argument. The soldier, a young man no older than herself, looked from his rifle to her determined face, to the roll of clean white gauze in her hand. The authority in her voice, the sheer unexpectedness of her action broke through his combat-fueled adrenaline. Hesitantly, he lowered his rifle. He was exhausted, wounded, and likely terrified. In front of him stood not an enemy to be fought, but a healer offering aid. It was a language he understood beyond uniforms and battle lines. He slowly sat on a nearby crate as she approached him, not with a weapon, but with the tools of her trade. She cleaned and bandaged his arm with practiced efficiency, her movements calm and steady. When she finished, she simply pointed toward the way he came. "Go," she said softly. The soldier stared at his bandaged arm, then at her. He gave a slight, almost imperceptible nod, picked up his rifle, and slipped back out the way he came, disappearing into the woods. Elsie stood there for a long moment, her heart still pounding. She had faced down an armed enemy, not with force, but with compassion. She had won a battle with a roll of gauze. Elsie's story is a powerful reminder that bravery isn't always about wielding a weapon. Sometimes the greatest courage is found in holding on to our humanity, even in the darkest of times. It's about choosing to heal instead of harm. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of incredible human spirit. See you next time.